Today I am mostly going to be repairing this old transmitter. Now 20 years ago this was a flagship transmitter by Futaba. It's the FPT8UP. However, in the flying club that I was in, they referred to it as the Field Force 8 or FF8. So I'm trying to revive this transmitter. As you can see, it's completely battered. But the problem that I've got over the years is I have snapped some of the switches off. So what I have done, oh look, a big mess of circuit boards. So these switches over here are fine, but these switches over here have snapped off. Now, they're really difficult to get out these because on the top here, you've got these nuts here that sit on there. And at first glance, I couldn't figure out how to get them off, but I literally just used some pliers, got it round there and twisted them off, and that's all they were held in by. So what I plan to do is I have bought some replacement switches. There. I looked at the model number and went and bought them. They're really cheap, actually, and they're not quite the same, but I expected that with them being like 20 years old or so, but they've still got the same markings on them, actually. So it's red here for 3-position switch and black for 2-position. Maybe that's like a market standard. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to use a solder sucker. It's basically a soldering iron, and you press a button and it sucks the solder up. So this is what my solder sucker looks like, or solder sucker. It's got a hole in the end there, and you press a button there and you heat up your circuit board, and then press the button. It makes a noise and it sucks the solder up, so let's have a go at that. Now I'm hoping that because these were made, 18 years ago or whatever, that they didn't care about the environment back then, and this is going to be leaded solder. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to leave it there, press the button. Oh, yes, just as I thought. Came off really easily. Press the button down, do the next one. Straight off. Okay, so that was really easy. These days with unleaded solder, it's impossible to unsolder things, I find, but if we take that off, this switch is looking pretty loose already. Ta-da! Time to solder the new switch in. Lovely stuff. And there we go. This is the finished product. I'm quite pleased with it. This is one of the switches that was broken here, and also this one as well. And they work perfect. So there we go. It's like I've gone back 20 years in my life when I received this brand new. If only I could get rid of 20 years worth of dirt and scratches, but I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, that's how you replace broken switches on transmitters. I'll try and be more careful with this in the future. But of course, when I was 12, 13, when I had this, I didn't take care of it and I bashed some of the switches off. So I think transmitters in general, the newer transmitters, are probably easier to replace the switches. The most difficult part with this transmitter was these nuts here on the top, and this is literally all that's holding these switches in. And all I did was use some of these pliers and twist them. They actually have sort of a indent in them, which I imagine a tool was used, a proper tool, but these worked fine. So here is the reason I have restored this transmitter. There's a couple of reasons actually, and despite it being 20 years old, it accepts these modules here. This is the Hawkeye UHF. RC system, which is long range. And also, if we turn it back around here, it's got these 3 nice dials here, which are perfect for the Good Luck by 3-axis gimbal. Going to be able to have pitch on this one, roll on this one, and yaw on this one. I'm not going to use these so much, but these will be great for trimming them if they go slightly out of whack or out of angle. So yeah, really happy with how this has turned out. And this is what it's going to be controlling. I have installed APM 2.6 in this. I've not got the GPS on it yet. And this is the Good Luck by gimbal. So look out for videos regarding this very shortly.